I'm here at the end, towards the end of a successful afternoon at the 11th Medieval Fair, and I'm with Gill Jepson, Chair of the Furness Abbey Fellowship. How did the Fellowship come to be?
Well, we were there was a group of us, and we decided to approach English heritage. Alice Leach, the local historian and writer, joined us, and we had the fragments of an idea to set up a friends group, which we did, and we called it Furness Abbey Fellowship. Sadly, Alice became ill shortly after, so she didn't stay with us for very long, but we garnered quite a group of people with the same mindset. We wanted to see more footfall at the Abbey. We wanted to help English heritage, bring it up to where it should be, because it's one of the most important abbeys in the country, second only to Fountains in size, wealth and power. So that's why we did it, basically.
To support English heritage and give it a boost.
A boost, yeah, but also to support the Abbey itself, because so many local people say, I've been to the Abbey, but what they mean is they've looked over the fence or walked round it.
Yeah.
We wanted to get them in, and we wanted to engage them with the building, with the nature.
Help them understand it.
And realise what an important place this was, just to give them an idea of, the hugeness of it all, not just the buildings, but the actual makeup
so
of
I
it.
mentioned the 11th fair today. What gave you the crazy idea of having number one?
I think it was a germ of an idea, because I'd seen different places do such things, and I've always had an interest in sort of living history and reenactment, and we thought, well, it can't be that difficult to put on. And one of our founder members, Stuart Apley, was chair of Iron Shepherd's Living History. He got very much involved, so did the guys within the group, and that really gave us the launch pad
Was it
for
here,
doing
the first fair?
Well, we had a teeny weeny fair on the 5th of December 2011.
It was a Christmas fair.
Yeah, it was, but it was absolutely freezing. We'd had frost and snow overnight.
Okay.
We were down at the Abbey Mill, because we'd not got permission to come in then.
Okay.
But we got a little bit of interest, so we built on that, and then we approached English Heritage more than once, and luckily Clea Warner was very much of the same opinion of us. She was the area manager, and we worked very hard to get it on, because there's lots of red tape and loopholes to jump through, but we managed it. And the first one only cost us something like £700, as opposed to this year's, which has cost upwards of £5,000.
So any friends group has got to have a relationship with the body for which they are a friend.
Yeah.
So is the relationship strong now after years and years of proving your worth?
It is.
I mean,
obviously we were on trial for quite some time, which you can understand, and we've had to adhere to their rules, which clarified things for us, really. It made it easier to organise, because we had sort of the benchmark. But now we're much more relaxed about it, because we know what we're doing, and we've now become affiliated with English Heritage, which means we've got a closer connection, and it means it's going to be easier to put things on here, hopefully.
So we're official volunteers now?
We are official,
casual volunteers in the eyes of English Heritage.
Not just random.
So it's sort of officially linked, which is a nice recognition.
Well, it is, because we can't do this without English Heritage, and they wouldn't do it without us, because of the size of the site and the staffing issues.
Well, as their own job looking after the site, they wouldn't have the energy to come up with the ideas
and
to be creative.
There isn't the money to put anything on like this, so hence where we come in. And we've done a few projects. We paid for the case for the crozier and the ring when it was found in 2010. I think we managed to get that in by 2013.
Was that one of the things that kick-started the fellowship as well? Did it give you
was. The crozier was a great help, because it was found at just the right time, and I had inside information, because one of my sons was the archaeologist on board with the team that found it, and then my other son, who's a journalist, managed to get an exclusive on Channel 4 News, which launched us massively. It's who you know, absolutely.
So where's the skeleton?
It's in the
Oxford
university, whichever university. I think it might have been York, but it's stored. They've been doing research on it and the other 20-something bodies that came out as well.
And there's photographs there of him.
We've got knowledge.
So
about
were there other bodies in there?
I mean,
I think it was just a bishop and maybe one or two more.
we don't know who they were because it's a really important part of the abbey, obviously near the altar in the presbytery, which is the holiest part. So they've been very important or influential people that have gone in there. Possibly the bishops of the Isle. We know there are two here. Yeah. We know Ragnvald the First of the Isle of Man is buried here. He was the king of the Isle of Man. And, various other dignitaries who paid money to the abbey to say prayers for the souls. So presumably a lot of them are here too.
So did Furness have daughter houses on the Isle of Man?
Yeah, it did. It had Russian.
Daughter house being an a colony house.
It did, yeah. That was done quite early on. I think it was about 1137, so, just a few years after they'd arrived. Right. They set up in Russian, and the remains are still there. Someplace I haven't been yet. And then they also went on to Ireland, and there are 4 daughter houses there, and Swineshead in Lincolnshire, Byland Abbey, Calder Abbey, and so on and so forth.
And it's right that the second most rich and influential Cistercian abbey in the country was us.
Yeah, and because we're a royal abbey, because the land was given by Stephen, because we're a royal abbey, it had political influence as well, like a feudal baron. And basically, they were recognised and known as being important. And the Abbot of Furness had apartments in the Savoy Palace in London, so that tells you how important they were.
Of course, yeah. You know a lot, don't you?
Yeah, a bit. It is a bit of an obsession. I should plug the book coming up, shouldn't I?
Well, go on then. You've got a book coming up?
I'm writing the history of the Abbey, because nothing's really been done very much since Alice died. This one's comprehensive. It's more than what she did because we know more. Yeah. When she wrote her books, the crosier hadn't been found. No. But also bringing it right up to date to show that there was a history after the dissolution in 1537. It did continue. So it'll be out for the 900th anniversary, which is in 2027. So I've got a lot to write yet.
Oh, well, okay. Let's keep pushing the deadline back, but not too far. Gill Jepson, thank you very much, and I think it's been a very successful afternoon.
Yeah, it's been lovely. Lovely to see everyone here.
Good.